Welcome,
Hello?
everybody. David's mic. He forgot to plug it in. Welcome to the X1 Pros podcast. He's like sitting there talking over there. Welcome, everybody. Your Xbox community and
Jordan's pointing at stuff in my teeth. I'm trying to like.
he's like, welcome.
What is happening?
Gotta plug that mic in, man.
No, I'm not plugging. Welcome everybody to the X1 Bros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox community. It's been another big week. Shattered Spaces here. It's in the house. Before we get to our thoughts on it, because we've had a chance to play, we're actually going to start with Mark because he's had the most recent chance to play it. But before we jump into it, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to this channel if you're watching live on YouTube. If you are listening to us, rate, review, and subscribe to us everywhere. And also come and join us live. If you want to support the show, you can do so by becoming a member over on our YouTube channel. Follow Mr. McSpicy's YouTube channel, which is just Mr. McSpicy. Follow my YouTube channel, which is just X1 the Gamer. Or, fun fact, my vanity URL is Big Dong Gamer.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Search that on YouTube and come and join me.
I'm not searching that.
Go ahead, search it on YouTube. See,
No, I'm
see
not.
What,
I'm
see
not
what comes
searching.
up.
I'm not going to
See
search
what
that.
comes up.
I'm not going to search that.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Let's start with Shattered Spaces here, everybody. It's on Game Pass.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. Starfield is on Game Pass. You know what's weird? Because I forgot we bought the...
we got the premium.
We bought the premium, the premio, so we didn't have to pay for anything extra. It just showed up. But Starfield's on Game Pass. If you buy the DLC, you can get Shattered Space as the DLC.
$29.99 I think is the DLC.
Yeah. Spicy. Do you want to go first? Shall I go first? So Jordan, the man, go first. I think we go to you,
Okay.
and then we can pull up some footage of the.
All
the
right.
game.
Let's talk about it. I have not been able to play it because I couldn't figure out how to start the dumb thing. So user error, I guess.
Not really, though.
Really not?
Yeah, I don't think
It's not my fault.
I don't. I mean, you gave up.
So-
Maybe you gave up too soon.
Yeah, I think that was it. You gave up too soon.
I
Because
went
the same
and
thing
talked.
that happened to you happened to me, but I just
powered through?
Yeah. Like
Oh, well,
most
I
things
now
in life.
figured out because with these guys here, they helped me. We had to travel to like 5 places for it to pop up,
Yeah.
something like that. I mean, I was talking to everyone at the dumb lodge. I was out in space. I was trying to talk to people there. And when you don't play a game for 5 months or however long
Yeah, you
it's been,
forget a lot.
I forget everything.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm just going to track that up to user error because I could not figure out how to start the dumb quest line. But yeah, that's my feedback. I have not been able to play it yet.
They should introduce the quest in a way that doesn't
Yeah,
break.
that is one valid criticism. If you see that criticism out there, it's one I agree with. They don't tell you how, which I guess is
Well, they
I
kind of
see what they're
do.
doing.
I think they did in the patch notes, but like
yeah,
how many?
I forgot to check the patch notes.
Not very many people are gonna look at that.
Well,
it should just be a pop up in your
It
quest.
should be a pop-up. What you have to do is it pops for you when you travel to a system. Sometimes it takes 3 systems to travel to, and then Spicy, and then it pops up for you.
Yeah, Jordan was sitting there. I got this here. And he grabbed my controller while we were setting up the show. And then he's like, okay, we'll go to the next one. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Okay, we'll go to the next one.
Yeah.
And what was it like on Pelvis Thruster 3000?
Yeah, some
Pelvis Davis.
Pelvis Davis?
Yeah, some
Something like
random.
Some planet in the
Pelvis-
middle of nowhere. It
Pelvis
finally
Davius.
worked. Yeah. I don't know what to say about it yet. Because I do
So
think,
far, your first impressions aren't good.
well, and from what I've read on like what you get what 8 quests, a couple of guns, stuff like that. I don't know if that's $29 worth, $30 worth. I could be wrong, but I'm just
how much is this
I'm kind of
DLC?
steaming a little bit.
No,
Spicy's
I think that's
I think that seems
fair,
like a little
because-
I think $14.99 maybe would have been better.
or even 20.
I don't know. 20's put. I would have said $9.99. But then is it a DLC or is it just a patch?
It's about 15 hours.
It's 15 hours.
No, it's 5 hours.
No.
Okay, so the main story is like 5 hours. If you do everything, it's probably about 15 hours.
Yeah, the main story takes roughly 8 hours to get through.
That guy doesn't know how to play games. It takes 5.
How long to beat? Main story says 7 hours. Main plus sides 9.5 hours. Completion is 14.
And this is howlongtobeat.com. They're pretty. Yeah. So let's just say if you do if you 100% the expansion, you're sitting around 15 hours.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm not concerned about the price.
well, it depends on if you don't mind me jumping in, Mark, about the price.
Go for it. Yeah.
So
Is the air on, Mark? I'm smoking hot.
I've played.
What's that?
Is the air on?
Yeah. Yes, it is. You are smoking hot, but it is there. It's well. You guys messed with it last time. Here, I'll fix it. Jordan, keep talking.
So I've played a decent amount
Or
of
are
it.
you on
right?
like humidity? Dehumidifier? Not on cool.
Oh, is that
Jordan's-
what purple is?
I think that's what it is. How did you change this?
Oh, you are on dehumidifier. Hold on.
Mode. Yeah, you just hit mode.
We're worried about the AC.
Sorry,
Apparently,
everybody.
David's sweating
It's-
to death.
There you go.
I'm sweating.
There we go.
Wait, let me see that. Can I control this? I have the same one in my house. Just want to make sure. Okay.
Cranking it down.
Yeah, we're cranking it down.
All right.
and it's
It is a little
cranked up.
toasty in here.
Is it really?
Yeah,
It's really hot.
Woo.
Well, I'm feeling all the air on me. It's like blowing on me.
We should switch spots if you're uncomfortable, because I definitely can.
He's having hot flashes.
Yeah, I'm like going through menopause, bro.
Menopause.
Give me the remote back. Oh, it's starting to feel cold. Hey, whatever you did works. That feels
Hey,
great.
just put it on cold.
Mode changes everything. Guys, if you ever have questions, I use this all the time in my office. The
Okay.
same controller.
The dehumidifier is
You
nice,
guys
though.
are the ones who turned the dehumidifier on
So
last
you've
week.
just been dehumidifying. I thought it's like a desert in here. So it's hot because the way that the dehumidifier works is it sucks it in and it basically like burns off the water through the heater. It runs it through the heating coils.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, it's hot.
That's pretty funny. I sat through this for a full week thinking
You're
I was
like,
being
huh.
cooled down. It has been on the entire time.
And I'm
That's
like,
funny.
man, it's so hot outside.
Thanks, guys. Yeah,
no,
no,
dude. No, dude, it's your.
No, you
Now
just
that is user error. That one, Sir Starfield. That was kind of their fault, but that's your fault.
that one was 100% my fault.
All right, so Jordan, man,
so about the price.
Okay, price.
So I don't think. I mean, it's hard because some people like equate time to price, and I don't think like time is necessarily a good thing to equate to price because I've played a lot of games.
a lot of
that
people
are,
will pay thousands of dollars for
Well,
a few
I've-
minutes of pleasure.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it's
$30 for hours of entertainment. It seems worth it to me.
no. So like I've played games like Limbo and Inside that are just 5-hour game. You know what I mean? Like that I've gotten a lot of value out of. I've also played 100-hour games that are complete crap. So I'm looking at you, Assassin's Creed, Valhalla.
Man, we've been really hard on Assassin's Creed lately.
Well, it's mostly just Valhalla. Like really.
But I thought you liked Valhalla. I was the one that hated Valhalla.
No, so I don't think. Well, I don't hate it as much as
you
you
feel
do.
betrayed, don't you?
It's just
I like brought you over to the. It's like when you break up with a girl and no one says anything to you while you're dating them,
But
and
then
you
afterwards you're
breaking
like,
up
"Oh,
with
man."
the girl, and I've been bashing her so much that you're like, yeah, that bitch, she was crazy.
No, and me and Barbara Blake have talked about this, but
Wait, he loves it, right?
yeah, he
He's like an
likes it,
Assassin's Creed
but
guy.
I don't like that you have to 100% the game to get the full ending, and the way to 100% the game is doing hours upon hours of tedious stuff, and the worst of those tedious stuffs is finding stupid. What are they called?
Like points of interest. In
God
friggin-
stones in
Yeah.
in
The new feather?
in what's that place where Thor lives?
Oh,
Valhalla?
Asgard,
Asgard,
and
yeah.
then you're like, oh, thank goodness, I collected all 50 of these. And then they're like, hey, can you go to the frozen planet and get like
Yeah.
500 more? And you're like, oh my gosh, that is not a good way to
That's
make a
just
game.
tedious. That's not entertaining.
No, it's not.
spent so much time in that dream.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah, the dream.
gosh.
It's
The witch's dream. Oh my gosh.
That's what did it for me for that game. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. Like you rewarded me by
then
giving
they-
me more of the same thing.
and they sent you over to. Yeah,
And it was worse because it was like 50 or was it 100 on the? It was like let's say it was like 50 on the first one. It was like double on the second one. And you're like, I'm not
really was, yeah.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I don't know how that got past the checklist of let's put that in the game.
I think that's where I stopped playing.
You know, that's I think where a lot of people were
It's like, oh my gosh, and it doesn't give you instructions on how to leave the dream. You are stuck there.
There's a lot of people that have not woken up from that dream. So anyway, there's games like that are very long. But no, I kind of compare it to other experiences. So for example, Shattered Space is $30. Phantom Liberty was also $30. So
yeah, no, I think it's a good price.
So I think you can.
And also,
I don't think it's a.
but also,
I think
Cyberpunk, I had to pay $70 for upfront or $60.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Game Pass, I'm not paying anything.
Well,
so this is
actually,
my first time. If
but-
I'm this far
but
to play the
technically-
DLC, I didn't have to pay anything.
Technically, you paid for this game because you got the premium edition.
Yeah, I did. I'm talking about
So
the normies out there.
So I mean, I think for what it is, it could be a little bit cheaper, but we can get into what I think about it whenever you're ready.
Well, I'm ready. I'm ready right now. I want to hear your. Maybe I'll go first because you've played it the most.
Okay.
I'm a few hours in. You're a few more hours in. And so a couple things. I think that Starfield is just a polarizing game.
I do too. I agree.
Not that the critique. So this is getting mixed reviews on Steam right now.
On Steam, it's getting mostly negative.
Now it's mostly negative.
It's been most. Is it has it been up?
It was mixed.
Wait,
yeah.
Shattered Space or Starfield?
Shattered
itself?
Space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was mixed when I did
gonna
my
look it
video
up.
2 days ago. It was still at mixed. It might have gone down since then.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
it's a
it's gone
polarized game. And as I'm playing through this game, I've watched reviews of different people that I trust or different people that I like and keep up with. And I think it's just a polarizing game. Here is why. Some of the criticism, like games are always subjective anyways. So far, I'm very much enjoying myself in this game. When I beat it, I'll be able to give my full review. But some reviewers, for instance, right now, if you're watching us live, when you first jump into this game, the first part of it is in a space station, and there's no gravity on. There's something wrong with this space station, and it's very mysterious, and you have to go through and explore it all. And it's actually, Jordan, even you agree, it's really cool.
Yeah. If you've seen the movie, I think it's Event Horizon. Very.
It's pretty cool. But some reviews I'm seeing is like, I hate floating. And like that's their reason for giving it a 2. It's like that's literally only half of what you do in the space that you eventually turn on the gravity drive.
Well, at the end, to be fair.
Then there's criticisms like that I've seen on reviews, and these are, mind you, people who usually I think are informed, who I trust, big names out there, and they're saying stuff like, my companions that are with me don't even talk about what's going on in the game. They're not even talking about House of Arun or anything that's happening. They never do. This seems like very half-baked. So I'm playing the game. Very first thing I do is turn to my companion and see like, okay, my companion is my only options are all about what is happening currently where we're at. When eventually I get to the planet, I turn to see, is this true? No, it's not. Then there's complaints about exploration. Exploration is still a mess in this game. Actually, I think they did exploration pretty well so far. In what I've experienced, granted, I'm not all the way through it. I think since they already have the updated maps, and you're only on one planet, you are encouraged to explore that planet, and I think they do a pretty good job with that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, so far, the reviews are mixed. So far, I'm enjoying it, and I think a lot of these reviews are just people looking. Starfield is just polarizing for whatever reason. I don't know, but I think that they've done so far what I've played. I've not finished it. What they've done is correct, with the exception of I do think the way you start the quest is retarded.
Yeah. You want to know an interesting factoid?
Yeah.
Concord is higher on Metacritic than this.
Yeah, see that is proof to me that this is a lot of this is just about being polarized, I think.
Yeah.
And a polarizing game.
I-
People like
I-
to crap on it because whatever reason.
No, I think you're right. I think I think Starfield is a polarizing game. I think you either have to hate on it or you have to love on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Love on it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no other way to say it.
Hate on it or love on it.
Yeah.
What other option is there?
No.
Things I do like so far, and
There's
Jordan,
no
you're,
foreplay or anything.
Jordan is further than me. The things I do like, what they nailed, love the color palette, especially once you get to the planet.
Yeah, once you get to the planet, yeah, it's
where
very-
you're at. The color palette is beautiful. Even the color palette here, you kind of get a sample of it. It's like
At the space station.
at the space station, there's like light blues and neons, but when you get down to the planet, really cool. It does have that more at least for me, when I got down to the pet planet, once again, exploration, I wanted to explore. Like, ooh, even the space station, I covered every inch of the space station because I wanted to explore. That to me is a Bethesda experience, and I think they did a good job. I'm very confused at the critique of exploration is still a problem. Well, bro, have you played the game recently? Because it's vastly improved, and what they did here is a handcrafted experience, which I think makes for excellent exploration. Not that, again, it's not my final review, just first impressions of what I've experienced so far. Jordan the man.
So I think this expansion is fine. And that's like the best word I can use for it. I don't think it's the greatest they've ever made, and I don't think it sucks like some people do.
Yeah, I'm very confused at
but
that.
I do but I think that's if you don't like Starfield, this is not going to change your mind. If you do like Starfield, this is more of Starfield.
Except for I'm seeing people who originally liked Starfield and now crushing this.
I don't think people online ever liked Starfield.
No, I'm seeing people like big YouTubers, I'll tell you after the show.
Okay.
Big YouTubers who liked Starfield and are now saying Bethesda completely disappointed with this game.
Well, so that's interesting because this expansion is more of what well, okay, so it's going to be really hard to explain this. So if you liked Starfield to begin with, and now you all of a sudden hate this expansion, that's kind of interesting because this expansion
That's what I'm
tries to, I say try because I don't think they succeed. They try to address the issues in the main Starfield game.
Yeah.
Now, what I mean by that is, I mean, everybody knows how I feel about Starfield. I think it's an okay game. I don't think it's Bethesda's best game, but I think it's an all right game. You know, I played it, I enjoyed it, I finished it, I'm done. You know, I moved on to the next one. So, what I do like that it's they did a handcrafted experience. I didn't like all the procedurally generated stuff in Starfield. I think they should have shrunk it down to just our solar system and maybe gone more of like an Expanse storyline that just takes place in our solar system, because then you could be more handcrafted, more Bethesda experience, stuff like that.
I think that's a valid critique.
In this, but that's just my style, right? In this DLC expansion, whatever you want to call it, it's a handcrafted planet. So there is some of that. Now, is it as good as like handcrafted Skyrim or Fallout 4? I don't think it is, but it's at least a more
okay. Let's not use Skyrim because I think Skyrim is top tier.
Yeah, I think that's the best game they've ever made.
Let's use Fallout. Fallout 4.
Okay, well that's my
how big is that gap though?
Pretty big.
No, I disagree. I think it's like big. One level.
No, I think it's at least 4 levels, maybe 5.
Out of what?
I don't know what we're talking levels wise, but it's a big it's a big difference. No, and let me explain. So when you get to the planet, you go through like a quick little tutorial hubbub kind of thing to get the story going, and then you can you can do whatever you want from when you get there, but there's like an intro thing and you do whatever you want. Because of the new surface maps and some of the quality of life stuff.
Do you have a car?
Yeah, but the car is not. That's actually it's not an issue. Like, I like that they added the car, but you can tell that the car was an afterthought. The game was not designed with the car in mind.
This game especially, because I think if you're saying you think they tried to address some of the critiques in this game. Yeah, I agree that this was clearly being built before they made some changes.
Yeah, well, and I think like
the car would be one of them.
Like the car. It's fun to use a car, and I think the car is a good addition, but you can tell the game was not designed with the car in mind because, I mean, well, you guys know, you go to a procedurally generated moon, there's really not much to do with your car there.
Oh, there's a lot.
Well.
Clearly you've not used the car yet.
Well, I mean, you just...
Bro, you can jump that thing. There's no gravity. You know what you can do with your car there?
But, like,
It's like my playground.
But after the 10 minutes of that, you're like, all right.
No, then you go explore.
Now what?
Then you go explore.
Go explore nothing?
Yeah, go explore.
Yeah, like that's
resources. You know? I'm exploring for resources, baby.
So anyway, on this planet, it's, they have the surface maps. They did all this quality of life stuff that I think helps the expansion. Mm-hmm. Like the surface maps, definitely. But they do have things that, and this is where it's like, okay, good. I like that they're doing this. They do have little areas like there's a dam area off to the bottom right. There's different unknown areas that you can go and explore. Some will have quests there. So there is that like I get what you're saying. Like there is that. Oh, okay. I feel like I should explore a little bit more. Like, oh, what's this dam over here? Let's go. Oh, you need a quest. You need me to go do this for you. Okay, and that kind of opens up. Now, some of the side quests are just your typical fetch quests, which for me it's kind of like, well, okay. Like and then there was one side quest that basically the side quests are nothing to write home about. There is one side quest that I did that was actually interesting.
Well, you have to qualify that. So far, the side quests are nothing to write.
I feel like I'm pretty close to completing these, but
okay.
yes. So, but anyway, so there is that like you could tell they were like, okay, people want to be in like one curated area, and that's what I like Bethesda doing. I like Bethesda's curated stuff.
Sure.
Now, that being said, I think they moved in the right direction with this expansion. When I take this expansion and let's compare it to Fallout 4, it is in my opinion, it's nowhere near the amount of excitement you get when exploring the Fallout 4 Commonwealth as opposed to exploring this. Like you could tell they were just like, all right, let's put this in. Let's make some exploring things. Okay, this is the credit. They're trying to address some of these things, but it's not like a full.
But also, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and I think the other thing why maybe people are kind of, I don't want to say,
you think their expectations were too high, and that's why they're super disappointed.
This is what I think. So, I don't know if it was Todd Howard or someone from Bethesda or whatever, but there has been, I don't know where it came from, but there has been the comparison Shattered Space to Far Harbor. Far Harbor was a DLC expansion in Fallout 4, and it was excellent. The story, it was very excellent. Whole new area, super good.
Okay.
Better than the main story, I would say, in my opinion, of Fallout 4. This is not Far Harbor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think this is any. I don't want to say anywhere near. Like, if Far Harbor's a 10, this is a 5. Like, this is not Far Harbor.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people comparing it to Far Harbor.
But compared to the main, this is just like an add-on to the main. Compared to the main Starfield, the original base Starfield, it's not worse than it.
No, that's why I think it's funny. That's why I think it's funny. Like they actually did try and address some of the criticism that was given in Starfield. So I think if you liked the original Starfield, you would enjoy this. And I'm not saying I hate this game. I like Starfield for what it was. I don't think it's as good as Fallout 4, but I'm okay with Starfield. I play this DLC. I'm okay with it. It's not doing anything to make me incredibly upset. And that's it. I think it's fine.
Yeah,
and that's where I'm at. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna be interested to see how it ends. How do you like House of Arun so far? The storyline there.
It's fine. Like no, like I can't. It's just it's fine.
Yeah,
like it's not anything. I don't think it's their best work. I don't think it's their worst work. But that also goes back to me. I have criticisms about base Starfield that still are brought over into this expansion, even though you can tell that they did try and address some of the criticisms. Starfield for me is not my go through to Bethesda game.
We're about to get to a really cool landing scene here that shows off the color palette that I'm talking about on this planet. Whoa, this dude's a terrible flyer.
What is interesting about Starfield, I do find myself, and this is just kind of that Bethesda stuff, because I find myself doing this in Fallout 4. I found myself just spending, I wasted about 45 minutes just messing around building a starship again, or messing around doing, and Bethesda, that's how it was in.
Look at this color palette though. Like once you get in there, it's like boom.
Yeah, it's cool scenery.
It's cool.
But that's what they did in Fallout 4 with the base building. You kind of get lost doing some of this stuff, and I will admit I got lost doing some of that stuff in this game, and this game provided entertainment for me. This DLC provided entertainment from me, but I think my grade on it is I think it's fine.
Yeah. I'm just curious at how it has become such a polarizing game. It really is.
No, there's people that like I think this game is better than Concord, mostly because it's still around.
And not according to Metacritic.
Yeah, so Metacritic's got to fix something.
People,
well, can we go to
and people hated Metacritic.
What is it?
People hated Concord.
Is it Steam DB?
Yeah,
but they really hate this expansion.
I don't see, and
DLC.
I wonder if, and I get caught up doing this too. You compare games to other games, which I think is both a good and a bad thing, right? But I wonder if it's because, like, I've seen a lot of comparisons to Phantom Liberty from Cyberpunk. Phantom Liberty, when it came out, obviously we know how Cyberpunk came out. It was kind of like, I mean, we've said it. There was kind of like, you could tell there was something there, but it just was not ready.
Yeah.
Like, at all. CD Projekt Red spent years basically not redeveloping, but like revamping that game, and then dropped Phantom Liberty, completely revamped the whole game. And I wonder if that's what people were expecting with this.
Well, it's
I don't-
definitely not Concord because there's 11,000 players on Steam right now.
What is that compared to Concord? Like a
695. It's
1,000% increase?
It's no, it's more than that. Well, it's times whatever to get to 11,000.
600?
To get
Well,
you to
because no one's playing Concord right now.
Oh, zero
They
now, I guess,
killed it.
right? Yeah.
They took that animal out back and shot it.
Oh, man.
Sometimes you just got to put
There
the
should be,
dog down, you know?
Yeah.
That poor beast
But no,
is done.
That's how I think if you enjoyed Starfield for what it was, you will enjoy this expansion. If you did not enjoy Starfield, this isn't going to change your mind.
Yeah. Yeah, look at
I enjoyed
look at
Starfield for what it
critic
was.
reviews on Metacritic 54.
For Concord.
No, for Shattered Space. User score 6. So like there's even a difference kind of there between user scores.
Wait,
but,
what was
like,
the user score on Concord?
Concord, it's like 1 point.
Let's see.
Oh, okay.
It's the user score is really bad on 1.6.
Well, that's-
No, Concord's a 62.
No.
but
I don't care about the critics. They don't know what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
1.7.
Yeah, there you go. See, those are the reviews I care about.
But
Well,
isn't that
do you?
funny?
Because
the
you-
critics like Concord more than this.
Well, I could give a couple reasons why.
Like, look at here's one person that gave it a 0. This DLC is a huge steaming pile of garbage. Now, normally I don't buy DLC. I believe that when we buy a game at full price, we should be entitled to the full game. That's great. This game's not full price. Number one. So right there, he's wrong. Right, and like that's how we go through with all.
Well, no,
all of
because he may not be a Game Pass subscriber, right?
But I need to see for myself if journalists and toy collecting millennials were treating this DLC unfairly since they all hate Xbox and Bethesda. But I have to agree with them. This DLC is even worse than Phantom Liberty and Shadow of Erdtree. Well,
Okay, first of all, that's literally the greatest game ever made. Yeah. So if he I would like to know his review. He says even worse than Phantom Liberty and Shadow. If he thinks Shadow of the Erdtree is bad, this guy's a troll. Like he's literally punking you right now. Like this isn't real.
This isn't even an expansion. The greedy developers are charging $30 for GTA Online update. By the way, Metacritic censored the word I originally used in my Zelda Echoes of Wisdom review.
Gotta.
I would like
do
to.
you see what I mean?
I really want to
There's-
see his other reviews.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they're all. It's like for whatever reason, there's like it's like hip. It's like people who have an axe to grind are coming to review. Even Base Starfield was that way. Base Starfield it makes sense. It's the first Bethesda game to exclusively be on Xbox. That rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And if you weren't going to be the perfect game ever and be in that situation, like if you weren't going to exceed Fallout or Skyrim, you were going to get hammered simply because of that. And I think but clearly that hasn't gone away. But then, so like, look at even in the critics, Xbox Era gave it a 90. Starfield's first expansion is an excellent dive into the game's key pieces of lore. There are answers to be had and mysteries to be born anew. It's all wrapped up in one of the best looks I've seen in a video game to date.
See, that I agree. I think the setting is really cool. Like you said, David, the color palette. It's kind of this. It's almost like a. It's like a horror space.
Yeah, it's
you
cool.
know, like
For
it is
any
really-
fan of the base game, this is a solid 10+ hour adventure you don't want to miss.
See, I don't think it's a 90, but I do agree with what he said. Any fan of the first, you basically
Yeah.
like. I think that's fair.
Then you have Pure Xbox, who I trust. Starfield Shattered Space is a big disappointment, and they previously I don't remember what their original review of the base Starfield was, but it was high. It was like 80 or something like that. Like it was pretty high. Starfield Shattered Space is a big disappointment in almost every way. We loved the base game
See, that I don't get.
for all its flaws, and we were willing this to be the big, exciting DLC drop that make us love it all over again. However, what we've got here is very average narrative expansion that fails to add any big choices, upgrades, new enemies, biomes, loot, or anything. I mean, it gives you a whole new planet, custom made. biomes, loot, or anything that could potentially excite or draw in new players. It's buggy, janky, badly acted in places, and there are a myriad of bugs and performance issues to be ironed out. What a missed opportunity.
So some of that actually is very true. Average narrative, that falls in line with my fine. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, I get what they mean when they say big choices because it's kind of an illusion of a choice.
Okay, so I'm not there yet. Don't give anything away.
No. I mean, there is. I get what they say, but it's kind of. I won't say anything because it'll spoil things. Loot, you get a couple new guns. There's a couple new spacesuits right at the beginning. I mean, it's not a huge DLC. So if they were like looking, and that's what I think. I think people
expectations because that's what I'm not.
Well, no,
understanding.
and maybe that's what it was. I think people were expecting a Phantom Liberty style DLC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this huge, big, revamped.
Yeah.
You know, so
It'll be interesting to see what they go from here, but I would encourage everybody, if you like you said, if you like Starfield, go check it out. I would definitely, on anything Starfield, you've got to make your own choice and decision.
Yeah, because
I think it's such a polarizing game. You're not going to get. It's like if Trump were a video game. You're going to have.
Actually,
it's going to get super high ratings, and it's going to get super low ratings from people from both sides who have never played. You know what I mean? Like that is how I think how polarizing Starfield is.
And don't let, I see this a lot too, don't let people make your opinion for you. If someone hates Starfield and you enjoy it, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like David enjoys a lot of games that I think are terrible. You know, it's okay.
Like to name one.
Disney.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
the Dreamlight Valley.
No, that's not a terrible game.
It's not a terrible game.
Awesome.
It's not badass.
That game is god tier. I tell you, that's god tier level.
Hey, there's some fun to be had.
It's badass.
It's not Gears of War, but it's all right.
It's a badass in the world of Disney. It's a badass game. Okay. Let me tell you, when I went into Ursula's lair for the first time, I was like, "Dang, this is badass."
Yeah, Ursula, she knows what she's doing.
Ursula. I bet you Ursula was smoking hot when she was younger. Before she became a fat old octopus.
She was a skinny octopus.
She was a hot little squid.
She was a hot little squid.
I really want to understand her lore.
Yeah.
Let's dive into that.
Yeah, see?
Dreamlight Valley.
Dreamlight Valley, baby.
Then they full released and you hated it, right? Because they did something with like the monetization or something like that. It was just stupid. You're like, freaking Disney.
Yeah, then they didn't full release it, but they did some things and you're like, what are you doing?
Freaking Disney.
Freaking Disney. Disney. Although, what's the big show that all my daughter's in love with? Descendants?
Oh, Descendants. Yeah, she's being that for Halloween.
It's like the new High School Musical.
Yeah, it's about the bad guys' children.
Yeah.
Going to high school.
And they're going to like a good school.
Yeah, they're going to good, yeah. So it's like Jafar's son, Maleficent's daughter. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and when they're in high school together.
And it's like, it's a live action.
But it's like good.
Yeah.
Wait, Jafar's daughter from
Son.
like Persia?
No, Jafar's son.
So like,
And Maleficent's daughter.
Look, I don't think they're strictly going canon here, you know? But that's the
those
premise.
two worlds are not near each other.
They are in the Disneyverse.
Is this like the Nexus and Heroes of the Storm where they just all come together?
Yeah, it's the Disneyverse. It's like, what was that show on ABC?
It's like Kingdom Hearts, you know? They're all there.
Yeah, they're all there.
Okay.
You know, hey, no one complained when Kingdom Hearts did it, all right?
I would like to see a merging.
But how Kingdom Hearts did it, it was like, it made sense because it was like,
I'm sure if you...
well, actually Kingdom Hearts doesn't make sense, but like how the stories are like
How confusing it is?
Yes,
it does
that
make
makes
sense. It
sense.
does
How
make sense how
confusing.
confusing
Well, that's how
it is.
Descendants is.
Really?
Just makes sense.
It just makes sense.
Just makes sense.
Just in
They're
high
just-
school?
Just, hey, my dad's Jafar, just trying to go to math class.
Yeah. He hates Aladdin. Oh, you're Aladdin's kid? Hey, man. How you doing? How's your mom? Say hi to your mom for me. That's basically what the show is. It's like the new High School Musical. All the kids are watching it.
The kids
these
are
days.
eating it up.
Yeah. Yeah, they're eating it up, dude. I wonder how much money they make off that thing. So much, probably. Anyways, there you go, everybody. That's Starfield.
It is. I think you're right, though. It is interesting how polarizing this game is.
Yeah, it blows my mind, actually. Did you get to jump into Final Fantasy Pixel remaster or
Yeah.
remake?
Well, I did it for a little bit, made my characters, and then Shattered Space launched. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll go play that.
Oh, you guys were playing some Overwatch this week. Tell me about your little frustrating evening last night.
Yeah, it was just a you
tough
win some,
night.
you lose some.
No, we lost some.
You don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
It was
Hey, you want to know what I want to talk about though?
yeah.
Do you know how much I hate Netgear right now?
Netgear, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me. It's
I
Like
think
the
a company that
hardware
you hate.
company?
Yeah, I think they're terrible.
Yeah, why?
Let me tell you why.
Oh,
it's
I know
Overwatch.
this.
It's Overwatch related.
This is funny. But see, you're bringing up. He's about to bring up stuff that we've all experienced for the last 20 years.
Yeah. So
Oh, really?
I had to travel.
Okay.
This is
and
funny.
I brought okay. They're doing this year's Warcraft and World of Warcraft's big anniversary. It's 30 years of Warcraft and all that, you know. So every game is doing something like really big.
Yeah.
So in Overwatch, they're doing a Warcraft bundle where you can buy all the skins, like Reinhardt is Arthas, Widowmaker's Sylvanas, you know, Thrall is the robot dude that you play, Zenyatta. Anyway, but they also have these things that you can earn in game. So, and what's nice is all you have to do is play a game. So you play a game, even if you win or lose, you get 1 point. Or if you lose the game, you get 1 point. If you win, you get 2 points.
Okay.
If you get 10, you get a player card. If you get 20, you get emote or all these rewards. So there was 2 really cool rewards. One was 60 wins, and you get a banner, which is Stormwind, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the other one was 120 games, and you get the title Alliance Champion. Or
Alliance champion,
Yeah, Champion
on
of
your,
Alliance.
under your name.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
cool.
Pretty cool.
That is cool.
So I had to-
140 and you get Horde champion.
I had to travel for work this last week, and because work was busy the previous week, I couldn't do it. So I'm like, okay, that's all right. If we play X amount of games, I had it all planned out with Mark, and you know, we'll play this, we'll do that, blah blah blah. Here we go. So I brought my computer with me, my desktop. Now my desktop doesn't have Wi-Fi because I don't need it because I'm always plugged in. But I was like, okay, no problem. I have a Wi-Fi adapter that I used on my previous trip. It worked great. Blah blah blah. All this stuff. So I pack all my stuff. I leave about halfway through the trip. I'm like, oh, shoot, I forgot my Wi-Fi adapter. No worries. There's a Best Buy up in this town. I'll just buy one. I run in. I see a Netgear one. I buy it, and I walk out.
Okay.
So I go to plug this Netgear thing in. So I want you guys to understand this. I need internet to play this game.
Yeah.
So my solution is I'll get a Wi-Fi adapter, which by design plugs into your computer and gives you Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So Netgear,
Yeah.
in all their infinite wisdom, you plug in the Wi-Fi adapter, and it doesn't work. I'm like, okay, let's download the drivers. That's usually what it has to do. That's what I had to do with my last Wi-Fi adapter. So I look in the box. There's nothing there except the instructions. I pull out the instructions. I'm like, okay, this is weird. Maybe I was like, maybe it's so my last Wi-Fi adapter, the drivers were actually built into the chip. You clicked on the adapter in your My Computer and you downloaded the executable and blah blah blah. It's all done. This I'm thinking it's the same thing. So I pull out the instructions, and right on the instructions, very first thing you read. Keep in mind this is in the box, not on the outside of the box.
Because it does not say this.
It doesn't say on the outside of the box, which would have been very useful at the store. It says, please go to netgear.com to download the drivers. And I'm like, okay.
But I don't have Wi-Fi.
I don't have Wi-Fi. Like I legitimately felt like Will Ferrell in Zoolander when he said, "Am I taking credit?" Because it was just like, I bought a Wi-Fi adapter for Wi-Fi.
Or Ben Stiller when he's like, "You made a old person home for ants."
Yeah, it was-
It needs to be 3 times as big.
So I'm sitting there like, what? Okay. And then I to be fair, I look in the box because I'm like, okay, benefit of the doubt, maybe they put that stupid little disc in there, which by the way wouldn't help me either because I don't have a disc drive. But at least it's like, okay, well they're trying. They just no, it has nothing. So I looked it up. Everybody's like, oh yeah, it's really weird. You have to download the driver. They're like, you just have to like go to the library or something. And it's like, well, at that point, why am I buying one? Like it doesn't make. And what made me really mad is the last adapter that I bought had the drivers built into the USB, so it was just right there on
Yeah,
it.
it
You
should.
did. It was
It's
yeah.
just- it's a USB
so
stick, essentially.
and the Netgear one was more expensive than the other. It was so I think
What you need?
I think Netgear.
Starfield's mini portable one, and then you just fire that bad boy up when
Yeah.
you're traveling.
No, Netgear. I think whoever's in charge, whoever
Starfield,
like
not
let
Starfield, but
whoever was sitting in the board. It's just, God, how. I need Wi-Fi. Okay, let's buy an adapter. The adapter needs you to go to their website to install the driver to work. But I need Wi-Fi. Like I don't. If I did
Starlink. Just
Yeah.
get the Starlink mini, and you can
I
just plug
should have.
right in.
I should have. So
I don't know why I said
I
Starfield.
I hate Netgear because that weekend was very upsetting to me. I didn't get the title. I did get the name card because I had to come back the following week and make it. It's stupid. But yeah, I hate Netgear.
I don't. blame you.
I
That's
also hate
frustrating.
AOL. And I'm glad.
AOL.
Yeah, I'm glad they don't have the internet dial-up anymore. I think
AOL?
I hate
From
AOL.
like
AOL.
1999.
I hate
What do you
I
have to do with AOL?
I had a bad experience yesterday. I hate them.
With AOL. What was your
Yeah.
experience with AOL?
Well, let me tell you.
Okay.
Let me tell you the geniuses over there at AOL.
Yeah.
So, I'm helping my mom, right? Which is already frustrated enough because like there's a technological barrier, you know. So you're just
I
kind
have
of
no
like,
problem. Like it doesn't bother me at all.
no. Well, it's just kind of like
And she's pretty good.
it's kind of like, all right, just stop poking that. All right, just leave it alone. You know, I'll take care of it. So what happened is she couldn't sign into her AOL.
Okay.
So
You need a password manager, bro.
no, it's not me. All right, I know how to log into my stuff because I use companies that know what they're doing.
Sure. So
Like
do you know
AOL's-
her password?
AOL's not one of them.
So her password's in my password manager.
Yeah, I know her password. It's fine.
Okay.
So it's perfect. So I log into AOL.
It's my younger.
Is that what she uses for email or something?
Yeah.
Her password is-
She's not anymore. Let me get to the end of
her
the story.
password is Jord the bitch.
Yeah.
One exclamation point. That's her
So
password. That's why Jordan knows it. Remember, has memorized.
so she got a new job.
Yep.
And they emailed her stuff that she needs to fill out and blah, blah. So she can access
I
her.
wonder if she came to ask me. She knows she came to ask me. I wonder if it's because you couldn't figure it out.
Well, no, I figured it out, and it's why LOL is garbage.
Okay.
So
Wait, she went to you too?
Well, I
About
thought
this?
to myself, why doesn't she go to Jordan? But now I know why. He
because
clearly couldn't
AOL is
figure it out.
garbage.
He clearly was getting
I will give
frustrated.
you-
Were
I
you
will-
raging? Were you raging?
Well, no, I mean I talked to
You
the
are a rager.
I talked to the
Remember our
support.
Coinbase situation?
I think I made her feel stupid.
Remember our Coinbase situation?
You made someone
Okay.
feel stupid?
Coinbase is on the line of companies I hate.
Yeah, but I
Like
come along.
they're
and
dude,
fix
they
it.
are close.
I come along and fix it in 2 seconds.
Yeah, but even you said it's stupid. Like
Yeah, it's
they're
dumb.
they're right here.
But
man.
it
half
only
of
took him 2 seconds.
But half of what makes it dumb is when the blood rushes to your head.
Yeah,
and you
but
just freak out.
a product is bad if the blood has to rush to your head. And it didn't with AOL. I just think
Okay,
they're I just think
sorry, tell me what
I just think
happened
they're a
with AOL.
terrible company.
You couldn't log in.
So we're going to she can access her email on her phone because it's an iPhone and she just signed into the mail app and it's always there. So she needed to do it on the computer because it's just easier. Blah blah blah. So I'm signing in on the computer. I sign in. I use her password and it says okay verify and there's a phone number. You know how like send you a verification code to your phone number.
Yeah.
So when she signed up for AOL, cell phones didn't quite exist yet. So she put the home phone number, like our actual house landline. And
Okay.
obviously that can't get
Yeah.
a message. So it says try other ways to verify. Okay. Click on that and it says call a representative. Didn't know AOL had representatives. So I call a representative and she basically we came to the conclusion.
Was she American?
No.
Okay.
No. So we came to the conclusion
So America Online.
does not have American
Clearly
customer
outsources.
service. Yeah. Yeah.
Outsources, okay.
So anyway, she told me, she says, well, we unfortunately cannot help you get into this account because that's a landline and we can't send it a message. And I'm like, okay, is there another way we can figure it out? That's literally how I said it. I wasn't mad or anything because I went into this knowing like AOL already had a downfall, so it's probably not going to get the best, like anyway.
It's probably a reason they're no longer on top.
Yeah, well, I definitely found out. So she was like, oh no, there's no way to do it because that's your verification. And I was like, well, yeah, but like we don't. This can't be like your first time this has happened. Like you got to have. There's got to be something, right?
Can't be your first rodeo.
Yeah, like there's got to be something. She was like, and this is where there was like this long awkward pause when she says, yeah. But that's why it's so important to keep your verification updated. And I responded, I would like to update my verification, but I can't log in. And then I swear to you, it was a 30-second pause.
That's a good response.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, I used to work for a tech company. I know how to talk to these people. Yeah. So, and there was like a 30-second pause, and then she just went back to. I know she just like went back. She was looking like, okay, he said this, so where do I go on my list,
She's
right?
like, there's no answer for this.
So she went back to the top of the list and said, unfortunately, we can't get you into this account. And I was like,
So how did
so
you
I
get
told
in?
her, so I said, so you're telling me I no longer have access to my email? And she says, well, we just can't get you back in. And I was like, so I no longer have access to this email. I mean, I probably, I should just go make like a Gmail or something, anyway. So yeah, she was like, well, You can try back in a couple days. Maybe it'll give us a different verification method. And I said, do you really think it's going to give us a different verification method? And then there was about a 20-second pause, and then back to the top of the list. Well, we really just can't get into your account right now.
So what was the solution?
The solution was she can at least still access the email on her phone. And I said, Mom, AOL sucks, and you just have to make a Gmail account. Like, I'm sorry, but they are not going to help us. AOL is not going to help you. There's a reason they're not number one anymore, and this is obviously it. There's literally no solution.
I'm confused why she couldn't log in on the web.
Because when you log in on the web, it's making her do a verification. Yeah. The reason she can log in on her phone is because it's connected to the mail app, and that was never signed out. For some reason, the computer signed itself out, probably with an update or whatever. So I mean, we could probably go back and blame Windows for an update or something like that. But so. AOL sucks. I think they're a terrible company, and if anybody wants to protest AOL, even if I don't agree with it, I'll be there.
For whatever reason.
And Netgear.
Whatever reason.
Those two companies, I hate.
This week.
Huge shout out. We got some super chats. First of all, Super Shocker, he actually gifted 5 X1 Bros memberships at the beginning of the show. Everybody, if you got a membership, drop a BFF. I dropped some earlier. Drop some BFF. Shout out and thank you to Super Shocker for that. Marco Corona drops $5 in Super Chat. He says, I'm disappointed that we haven't had more Jordan the Bastard stories or haven't got the live stream of Spicy taking pre-workout and playing a game. That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Let's give Spicy.
Are you allowed to do that on YouTube?
Let's give Spicy a 5-hour energy and then have him play a game.
No, man. That does not sound like a good time to me.
I gave them. So, for those of you that don't know the story, thank you, Marco Corona, for that super chat. Is where before a show, Mark was tired. I had pre-workout powder in my bag. I was like, "Do you want to hit?"
And I don't do caffeine for very specific
reasons. And Jordan
reasons.
gave it to Spicy. Meanwhile, I gave Jordan his, which was like a pinch, like literally a pinch in the water because you never take it. Jordan gave him like a full scoop, which when you first started pre-workout drink, it literally says on the label. Take like a quarter first.
On the outside of the box, though, right?
Yeah, on the outside. See?
Freaking Netgear.
Start with like a quarter.
I think you 3x'd me.
Which they're only like this big, like the total scoops. Like they're super small. And I think Jordan gave you like a fistful.
Yeah.
And I was like, how much did you give him? Yeah. Oh. Like,
and then I hallucinated.
Gave you a pinch.
Yeah. End of the story. I hallucinated that night. I was laying down on the ground, staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. next to my bed. Sometimes I sleep on the floor, you know, and my wife's on the bed up top, and I'm staring at there, and I seriously thought I saw a Demogorgon hand come to reach to grab me. And it was my wife. She was freaking out. She was like, something's wrong with my husband, you know? And leave me alone. Like that's what you guys did to me.
You're like all anxiety ridden. Too much caffeine.
So people want to watch that on stream.
People do want to watch that.
I don't think YouTube allows you to drug people and make them do stuff for entertainment.
I don't think caffeine counts though.
Oh, is that not on their list?
I don't think so.
I don't do caffeine.
You do Dr. Pepper.
I do Dr. I don't know why, but I don't. I only take one hit. I don't like 3x a pre-workout. Yeah. I can't do any energy drinks because they have a ton on there, and
it just messes me up. 4 Dr. Peppers.
Yeah, I can't. I have 1 Dr. Pepper. I can't sleep that night.
Yeah.
But it tastes so good.
Yeah.
Oh. Cream soda Dr. Pepper.
Marco Corona, that does officially count as a Jordan the Man bastard story, I would say.
Yeah, you bastard.
He bastard storied himself. Right there. Guys, that does us for this week. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. Me and Jordan, we play college football against each other, USC versus UCLA. This week we've not yet played it, so stay tuned for next week when you can hear the story about how I ran up the score on him for the Heisman
Hey, David
trophy.
told me he came over and he was like, hey, just so you know, like, because I have to do the Heisman stuff, I have to run up the score on you.
Yeah.
Like, he was trying to be nice about it. Like, hey, just so you know, I have to
Just so you know,
beat
don't
the
get
hell
mad.
out of you.
I'm going to run the score up on you.
Just be aware.
I'm not holding back.
So
we know that for anyone that I play.
Well, no, it's been the team's been watching a lot of film this week. We've been practicing.
Have you been practicing?
I think we're a little bit prepared.
All right. Yeah, you've adjusted. You made some adjustments.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good luck. Good luck.
there it is.
There it is. There it is.
I'm actually wearing a USC shirt right now.
Ooh, guys, thank you very much for hanging out. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day, night, evening, week, weekend.
We're doing the post show, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I scheduled it.
Yeah, it's scheduled.
Yeah.
It's,
Post show's
come join
coming
us for
up,
the post show.
everybody.
Sorry, I forgot what I was saying. Bye, everyone.
Walking away from so far to find a better way. I'm walking away from the silence of your pride against it. I just wanted to be happy. I didn't want to be so strong. I don't understand why you leave me so alone. You love it, you love it, oh you love it, oh you love it. You love it, you love it, oh you love it, oh you love it. You love it, you love it, oh you love it, oh you love it. You love it, you love it, oh you love it, oh you love it. Trying so hard to find